Welcome to week 6 of strategic sales management. After learning so much about how to go for a strategic sales plan and about also knowing about how to go for creating buyer personas, whether it's a B2B or B2C, now let us look at something which is very recent to this field, that is sales intelligence and analytics. So in this module, we are going to achieve several objectives. For example, we'll understand the meaning and role of sales intelligence. We will learn role of data that plays in terms of this new field, that is sales intelligence. Define and create ideal customer profile for our businesses using sales intelligence. And then learn to apply data driven approaches to selling, where we will include both basic as well as advanced approaches. And then finally, we will look at how to use social media for lead generation. Starting with the first module, to understand meaning and role of sales intelligence. If we look around in the sales field, there are various activities, processes and performance of salespeople are going to affect the sales efficiency and outcomes, right? So growth strategy is not just enough. Just making strategies so that what we are going to achieve is not enough. Execution plays an important role, and that's why growth strategy needs actions, right? So meaningful insights backed by data is something which is very much required nowadays, and that's where this sales intelligence software can help us. So sales intelligence is the process of collecting and applying in-depth insights and data about your prospects and customers, typically with the help of sales intelligence technology, that is some softwares, to increase convergence and close more deals. So sales intelligence enables sales teams to better understand their prospects and track critical buying signals. We will cover that point later. So sales intelligence is the use of data collection and software to aid salespeople in lead generation, creating an ideal customer profile, and even managing the data quality that they have with them. Sales intelligence is the practice of collecting, consolidating and analyzing data from variety of sources for actionable insights that improve your sales performance and as well as generate more revenue for your business. Requirements here is that sales intelligence tools which equip sales leaders, managers and reps with relevant information about the people and organization with which they engage. And the objective of this sales intelligence tool is to help sales team gain a full picture of workflow, prospects and the entire revenue cycle. So how does sales intelligence software works? So sales intelligence software works by aggregating information from multiple sources, including native as well as third-party tools. For example, so prospecting solutions like LinkedIn Navigator and Crunchbase that surface news and demographic information, or end-to-end platforms like Outreach that surface insights from the interaction between your buyers and sellers. So the results allow sales reps to monitor engagement and key buying signals at both the individual prospect as well as at the level of broader accounts as well. So how does sales intelligence software works? So some software is built to help reps easily gain insight into previous interactions with the prospect, in-depth information on individual prospects and accounts, and other highly relevant details in a single user-friendly system, all without having to spend hours of conducting research. So at a higher level, robust sales intelligence software also gives sales managers better insight into the status of all the details or deals that have been done in the pipeline, are there in the pipeline, and each representative's individual activities assigned for those pipeline accounts as well. Going further, sales intelligence software works by continuously crawling millions of publicly available websites, gathering relevant data and matching it to profiles in its database. So simple to use platforms allow salespeople to search, analyze and evaluate the data. So different sales intelligence platforms work in different ways, but many will work alongside your CRM or sales acceleration software, which maybe your organization is already using. So sales intelligence tools as compared to CRM focuses on different things. So there is a difference between how sales intelligence and CRM tools or software works. So sales intelligence aggregate data to keep your CRM system up to date with new lead information. This also generates strong prospect list and prioritize which prospects you should contact first, which is something your CRM software doesn't tell about. So gathering key information that can be used for personalized calls, emails, LinkedIn messages for better outcomes, that is where we need sales intelligence tools or softwares. So, sales intelligence is again different from business intelligence. So, business intelligence is a term covering software and other tools that companies use to gather, store, and even analyze data on their business and their industry as well. For example, BI applications are tools that take data, process it, and make it presentable through multiple dashboards and reports on even charts as well. Whereas sales intelligence is defined as the range of technology solutions that provides data to salespeople and marketing very specifically to these kind of users in the B2B space. Again, very specifically, they are used mostly in the B2B space. And these SI tools help sales and marketing teams make the best use of data relating to prospects and customers. So, a good example would be a B2B data platform. For example, let's say Cognizant, so one of the proprietary software, which provides up-to-date contact data to prospects that marketers can target with relevant content and salespeople can call on to convert. So, here is the key differences between business intelligence and sales intelligence. So, as per the user of concern, BI is used throughout the organizations, especially it was used by enterprise analyst or you can say business analyst, whereas sales intelligence is mostly used by sales and marketing teams. In terms of information that is pertained to these particular softwares, BI uses marketplace information such as news, research and financial data, whereas in sales intelligence tools, we are focusing mainly on information related to prospects, customers and even events. Data that is stored in business intelligence is mostly historical data, whereas sales intelligence tool deals with real-time dynamic sales data about your prospects and customers. Objective overall, if we define business intelligence talks more about what and the how a business event took place, whereas sales intelligence software goes one step further and try to answer the question why a particular event took place. So, that is the key differences between sales intelligence and business intelligence. So, why we need sales intelligence tools? First, better and more accurate data. So, sales intelligence tools gather fresh updated data. This data can be synced to your existing tech stacks and workflows, right. So, that is the first objective or first benefit of using sales intelligence tools. Second benefit is easier customer identification. So, sales intelligence makes it easy to identify people who are likely to be interested in your product, right. So, we call them as ideal customer profile, something like that. So, faster, more predictable prospecting is another benefit that we can get from sales intelligence tool, because sales intelligence stops you wasting time contacting prospects which are not kind of good for your business or can be kind of wasting your time following those kind of prospects. So, you can focus more on one that actually matters for your business. Fourth benefit is visibility of customer intent, right. So, sales intelligence tools mine online platforms and provide insight into the products or topics that prospects are interested in. And finally, we can have accelerated sales cycle because of the sales intelligence tools and the insight that we get from these tools. So, sales intelligence enables you to reach more decision makers faster at the most optimal times. The timing is very important to close a particular deal. Now, sales, we also have this debate like whether sales is a science or arts. It is a science because we have to work on accurate data that is there in the pipeline and try to gauge which works well for that particular client. Whereas, it can also be called as an art. Sales is an art because it is more about personalization, how you are kind of personalizing a particular solution or product and targeting it to a particular pain points that of the customer. So, why we need sales intelligence tools? So, we can have a personalization of sales strategy, right. So, in fact, 80% of customers are more likely to purchase from a company that offers personalized experiences. Personalization requires clean, accurate data that help you identify decision makers. It requires access to relevant buying signals, and it also requires determining how your solution can solve specific pain points of your customers. So, sales intelligence software will help representatives do just that with up-to-date information that effectively guides a more personalized sales strategy. Coming to the next benefit, why we need sales intelligence tools? We get up-to-date prospect information or more accurate data as well. So, using stagnant CRM data to identify and reach prospects can actually negatively impact your kind of outreach. So, advanced sales intelligence tools aggregate up-to-date data from the variety of sources to ensure that there is accuracy and it gives the rep a combined picture of their prospects, both at individual level as well as company level. and it's armed with the detailed information on prospect job functions, buying power, budget, pain points. Representatives can surely kind of reach out to the right person at the right time with the right message. Third benefit is related to shortened sales cycle. How it is possible? So long complicated sales cycles negatively impact revenue and hinder representatives productivity also. So, but sales intelligence accelerate the process by facilitating a personalized strategy that's backed by powerful data. So, representatives or salespeople don't waste time chasing the wrong leads who will inevitably gunk up the cycle, right? So, they have access to updated information that tells them with whom they should engage with, when, which content they should share, and when to follow up, and more. So, the right intelligence tools like these sales intelligence softwares can eliminate inefficiencies in the sales cycle by improving predictability and transparency. Both the things are important to get best out of your sales intelligence tools. Coming to the next benefit, sales intelligence can offer clearer kind of identification of total addressable market, what it is. So, understanding your total addressable market, which is shortened as TAM, is crucial for keeping reps as focused and productive as possible. So, TAM can be defined in two ways. One is the total amount of revenue that your company can gain from selling its products and services. That's one way to define total addressable market. Otherwise, some companies also talk in terms of the total number of companies that could potentially become your customers. So, remember that we are talking mostly about the B2B kind of scenario. So, what this offers, it can have account, so it accounts buyer personas. Because of this, you can have better defined budgets, as you are already aware of total addressable market. So, you can break down that particular market and then requirements, and accordingly you can prepare your budgets to approach that particular addressable market. You can have accurate growth forecast because you already know the size of your TAM, right? And then easier audience segmentation as well. So, sales intelligence tool, by defining the total addressable market, can also help you to segment your audience so that you can better prepare and target to them. Next benefit is about valuable buying signals. So, sales intelligence tool can provide sales representatives a valuable buying signal that they can track and work upon. If your representatives don't know whether or not a prospect is ready or willing to buy, they are likely to wasting time closing that particular deals. So, with sales intelligence software, sellers can discover the exact right time to contact a prospect, at the right tool keeps track of company websites, social media profiles, and news source, and more. So, for example, if a prospect is in the news of acquiring another company, your sales intelligence software will identify and alert representatives of this new information. So, your sales reps can now use these details to reach out to the particular prospect and explain how the product or service they are selling might benefit them during their acquisition process. Coming to the next benefit, we can get real time information, which is very much important. Sales representatives are busy people, so they can only spend about 23% of their time actual selling. The rest of the time they are just researching about their prospects. So, they don't have the time to research and prospect business and industry trends and keep detailed records of that information. So, there has to be something or someone to give them that ready-made information. So, sales intelligence software helps them stay abreast of these changes by aggregating all relevant data into a single easy to consume place. So, for example, social feeds for the account of prospect, or including real time titles for LinkedIn Sales Navigator or something like that, or company information from Crunchbase. So, all this is nothing but a real time data that is fed into your system, and every sales rep across your regions and territory have equal access kind of to this data. Why we need sales intelligence tool? Another reason is to get intent data. What is intent data? Intent data, sometimes it is also called as behavioral data, can identify when a target customer is actually researching a specific product or solution. So, it can help you be the first to get in contact with the prospect, giving you the edge over your competition. So, sales intelligence software can determine which websites your prospects visit and how they interact with different web pages, which gives your team a leg up on the competition. So, intent data enables reps to understand prospects' pain points, quickly contact potential buyers, and even decrease customer churn as well. Again, next benefit of using sales intelligence tool is to improvise your sales strategy. So, to ensure success, sales leaders and managers must make continuous strategy improvements that reduce inefficiencies, boost productivity, and as a result, improve the bottom line, that is, profits. So, but those improvements require deep knowledge into how sales and marketing efforts are received, individual representatives' performance, process issues, opportunity gaps, and more. And that is where sales intelligence helps us. A modern sales intelligence platform helps team uncover valuable insights into their process to identify what's working, what's not, and experiment with the new initiatives. The result is stronger data driven strategies that yield better outcomes. Remember, so strategy has to be again driven by data and not just by instinct. So, these are some benefits put together. So, how to choose sales intelligence tools? So, once you know that why we should go for sales intelligence tools, how to choose the best one that suits your business or your company. So, first criteria to select or gauge any sales intelligence tool is the prospect intelligence. What kind of information the particular software tool is able to give you. So, it should always give contact information, job functions, management level, professional certification, academic and employment history, etc. Rather, the next step, along with prospect intelligence, you also require to know what kind of technologies or existing softwares are used by a particular firm or a customer. That's where we need tech stack data, the collection of sales software products a given company uses. So, this data is important to sales and marketing leaders early in the sales cycle because it helps identify opportunities, target displacement campaigns, and introduce a talking point so that you can initiate an initial discussion with your customers. Once you are aware of what softwares or technology they are using, that your customers are using, you can go ahead and see what kind of intent data a particular sales intelligence tools can give us. So, for example, intent data is up to date moment information that can help infer a prospect's likelihood to purchase, such as a flurry of web searches or maybe visiting a particular kind of white paper or case study, downloading a particular kind of a brochure. So, it gives an intent data that show that someone is looking for a particular solution. Then coming to the real time data, although a particular sales intelligence tool is giving you all sort of tech data, tech stack data, intent data, prospect data, whether it is giving you it in a real time. So, that is some one more criteria. Next is robust integrations. As a firm, you might be already having a different CRM or business intelligence software. So, if you are buying a sales intelligence tool, so it should very well integrate it into your existing ecosystem. That is why we are calling it as a robust integration across other softwares. And then finally, we can have a data accuracy, which is very much important. Whatever data we have, it should be accurate. So, the data in your ideal sales intelligence tool should have both breadth, as in lots of contacts, as well as depth, meaning lots of information about the particular contact. So, breadth and width of the data should be accurate so as to give a clear picture about your customers and prospects. So, once you have these criteria at place, you can evaluate multiple sales intelligence tools that are available in the market, and then you can choose one of them. So, sales intelligence tools differ from customer relationship managers in that they give sales teams and sales leadership access to data such as mapping of the buyer cycle and corresponding prospect behavior, technology used by potential leads, and then forecasting and reliability of sales pipeline, which is very much important to ensure that you are making most out of your particular sales intelligence tool. So, there are different sales intelligence tools that are available. They are classified mainly across different categories like all-in-one sales intelligence tool, prospecting and lead generation tools which focus more on identifying the initial stages of your sales funnel, lead nurturing tools, next step, and then sales reporting and forecasting tools. We have B2B intelligence tools for company information, and finally we have contact information tools. So, there are numerous softwares which can provide or targeted at different objectives that are mentioned here. So, let us start one by one. So, first one is all-in-one sales intelligence tools. So, these tools can help make every step of sales process, right from prospecting to lead, converting into lead and leading to the and converting that lead into a customer. So across every step of sales process, these tools can help us. So right from lead generation, lead scoring to insights for better messaging and even outreach as well. So these kind of all-in-one sales intelligence tools are there in the market. For example, I have just listed few of them here. One is which is largely used across businesses is LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Even HubSpot has their own all-in-one sales intelligence tool, which is HubSpot Sales Hub, and Prospect IO also there, which uses sales automation to give all kind of insights to the particular sales people or users of the software, so that they can manage every step of the sales process. Next set of tools talks about prospecting and lead generation. So they are very much focusing on the beginning of your sales cycle, including lead generation, lead scoring and prospecting. So they are all about helping teams identify their ideal accounts and then find more prospects who fit that particular kind of ideal customer profile. So we have various tools for prospecting and lead generation. So these sales intelligence tools under this category, there are some examples like DataZine, Bombora and UpLead. Then coming to the lead nurturing tools. So these tools are all about tracking how leads move through the buyer's journey. This is about how your lead is moving from stepwise, right? So in the sales process, including helping you figure out which prospects are most likely or unlikely to convert, ultimately that are going to convert because of these lead nurturing tools. So we have softwares on the market like 6sense, we have Lead 44411 and the Lead IQ as well. So these are all proprietary softwares. Coming to the next set of softwares, sales intelligence tools, we have sales reporting and forecasting tools. So these two sales intelligence tools are mainly focused on providing you an intelligence in terms of an information where you can use that information to actually kind of take reporting across sales team and again forecast your sales target for your sales team. So these tools help salespeople and sales manager better understand individual and team performance and then determine where the sales process can be improved. So you can identify strong areas or weak product areas for same, and then you can think of using other tools along with these forecasting tools to make most out of your sales intelligence tools. So we have ProsperView, Clary and Gryphon are some of the examples of sales intelligence tools that are particularly used for sales reporting and forecasting. Coming to the B2B intelligence tools for company information, they are designed for B2B salespeople with a focus on selling to an entire company. So we have examples like Leadfeeder, we have Discover ORG and even Zoom Info, so that they are giving you more intelligence about company wise rather than a particular prospect, and then you can reach out to those companies based on the data that you get from these softwares. Coming to the contact information tools, the last in the basket, if you can't reach a prospect, you can't sell them, right? So these tools have solved the problem, so you can always find the right contact information. So it's more like a database, industry-wide database of key decision makers, where we have examples like Voila Norbert. You just write, name or something what comes to your mind that you identified from the internet. Some XYZ is a CEO, you just enter his name or her name in this website and you will get all the detailed information like email IDs and phone numbers and all. Then there is a Hunter and Oceans are again other tools that can be classified or that are found under this category. So this comes to an end of your first objective, to understand the meaning and role of sales intelligence for sales organizations.